You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Today we are going to take you through the news making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper, the Punch newspaper, the Nation. We're also going to take a look at Leadership newspaper, Vanguard, Daily Post, Sun, This Day, and if time permits, we're also going to take a look at Nigerian Tribune. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 96661035. We are trying to rectify network issues so that you can join us on Facebook at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can equally join us on our streaming platform via mixlr.com/gistfm. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. NLC defies truce, proceeds on nationwide protest over rising hardship. Consider FCT 37th Nigerian state for presidential poll. Tinubu begs court. Kaduna NLC leads protests against poor government policies. Hardship. Danger averted as light aircraft on test run crashes on Lagos road. Electricity sector in focus as supply stays below 4,000 megawatts 10 years after privatization. Senate shows El-Rufai from petition over insecurity in Kaduna. Falana warns ECOWAS leaders against attacking Niger, seeks stringent sanctions on military junta. Emefiele's detention. Court orders service of release order on DSS DG. Emefiele's detention. Service of release order on DSS DG. Sit-at-home enforcers killed 250 people in 2 years, says Ohaneze. Troops raid IPOB ESN hideouts in Anambra, Imo, destroy training camps. CBN recovers customers 115 billion naira, $22 million on illegal deductions, failed transactions. CHRICED knocks Tinubu's advisors over no tax, no government service. Illegal migrants behind most crimes in Nigeria, says NIS. More Nigerians get NIN as NIMC adds 634,603 to database. Alleged 1.35 billion naira fraud. EFCC asks Supreme Court to quash discharge of Sule Lamido. Others. NIS pledges swift response to border security, passport shortages. Zulum targets 300,000 Borno household for palliatives distribution. Crisis hits NEF over Baba Ahmed's advice to Tinubu. Cancer. SILAC wants federal government to increase tobacco, alcohol taxes. 91% of Nigerians' workplaces have no breastfeeding policy, says UNICEF. LCCI urges federal government to cut costs of governance to share in masses suffering. Edo launches new campaign to become cleanest state in Nigeria. NCC backs Imo digital economy agenda. Lagos Tax Council on tackling flooding. Others. Women's representation in Nigerian politics on downward slide, says Rector. Naseni advocates national policy to ban export of strategic minerals. Again, Nigerian Army affirms commitment to constitution, democracy, while women should participate in politics decision-making by Cooper. Nigeria needs more creative young minds to thrive, says Fubara. Rotary Club distributes maternal kits to pregnant women, health center. Ogidi community embarks on project to immortalize Ashaba. Accessible, affordable health care essential for productive economy, says Oborowori. UNODC, NAPTI, launches best practices compendium on combating human trafficking. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper this morning. UNDP project. Use investment in IT crucial for effective plastic waste management, says Ibukun. XPGFDG Lukman accuses NLC of playing politics with fuel subsidy. Full implementation of National Health Act promises better health care for Nigerians. CSJ. UNICEF calls for greater breastfeeding support across all workplaces. Government to partner private sector for economic development. Nigerian Army committed to nation's constitution. Chief of Army Staff. Experts decry dollarization of Nigeria's economy. Free fall of the Naira. INEC chairman warns against use of thugs, intimidation of voters. 19 days counting. Nigerian Medical Association protests colleagues kidnapped in Calabar. Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps set to clamp down on unregistered private security outfits in Rivers. 2023 election. Tribunal reserves judgment on Atiku's petition against Tinubu's victory. 2023 election. Tribunal reserves judgment on Atiku's petition against Tinubu's victory. Ministerial screening. Senate set to screen El Rufai, Umaye, 12 others. Security. Fintry approves immediate fencing of NYSC orientation camp. Governor Abu Razak approves 10,000 naira support for Kwara students amid subsidy removal. Subsidy removal. NSC expresses worry over wage award. Atiku in court as parties adopt final addresses. Reps panel to investigate NCAT over the sale of training helicopters. NLC strike. Ampon says disruption would affect private sector. New media. Both a blessing and curse, experts reveals. Military restates 100% loyalty as Tinubu decorates new service chiefs. Oyo workers, Oshun civil societies protest, demand palliatives. Oyo workers, Oshun civil societies protest, demand palliatives. Nigerians tax vice Russia's initiatives in Africa. Polio. World Health Organization supports immunization of 2.5 million children in Borno. Akpabio laments lawmakers' low innings as Senate moves to stop NLC strike. Sit at home. Imo residents ignore government's directive as businesses open in Enugu. Skill gap. Labor market top agenda G20 summit. 41% of West African victims traffic for sex as NAPTIP gets 624 convictions in 19 years. Herdsmen destroy farmlands worth 100 million naira in Delta. That's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning.